Everybody, hi. This camera may fall. I hope it don't. I think the biggest thing with my camera falling is that it'll scare me. Oh. Hi, everybody. Just dropped my son off. And I'm on my way to my 9 to 5. Man, editing YouTube videos is a job in itself. I was up all night yesterday figuring out stuff. But it's kind of fun if your schedule is conducive to it, right? But yeah, I used to be a night owl, up late at night, because the way I worked for this company called Live Ops. I don't know if you guys have heard of Live Ops. It's kind of cool. It's like the infomercials on TV that you see. That can be an agent at home reading a script off their computer. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. So I used to stay up late at night because when the infomercials came on, it was nighttime. Like, you know, infomercials. Think of infomercials. They come on in the middle of the night or 12 o'clock-ish. They come on throughout the day, but it's rare, right? Unless you're looking at QVC channel or something like that. But, so I got accustomed to staying up late at night. So I was like, man, I just really hope when it comes to this YouTube thing that I don't end up editing, not having to edit all night. Like, I'm going to have to straight save editing for weekends. Because, I don't know, my schedule, it'll be hard. I go skating on certain days I go work out, certain days it's family time. Certain days, just being honest, I want to watch my shows. And then Friday is usually the day that's kind of up for grabs. So I'm going to try this weekend to do some editing, but Jesus, it's a lot. It's a lot. Also, in the day in the life of a baby landlord, got some interesting things going on here. I can't lie. It's been some tough times going on. In a minute, it's not going to be tough. It's going to be something I get accustomed to. I'm pretty sure it's just growing pains. But I have a new tenant that doesn't want to pay her rent on time. A new tenant. Yes, I'm dealing with it already. I told y'all I was going to be in a real raw, no fronting, realistic. And I wasn't lying about that. It's not something I would lie about. Not something I would take lightly. But yeah, my tenant, new tenant, already is not paying her rent on time. And my property manager, let me put this up, is dealing with it. I'm not feeling like she's being as aggressive as I'd like her to, because when I first originally interviewed with her, she seemed aggressive. She seemed to be like, okay, when I needed her to be aggressive, or when I'm being passive, she would be aggressive, and vice versa, right? Or maybe that is the case. Maybe I need to sit back and chill and see how this plays out. But we're in a contract for a few months, so we'll see how this goes. Pray for me, because it's definitely a challenge. I have a tenant that feels like when I don't pay my rent, when I can't pay my rent on time, I'm going to create a whole bunch of issues to suffice me not paying on time. So when she tends to say, well, I can only pay this much now and that much later, and I say no, or the property manager says no, then she'll go, oh, this needs to be fixed, and this needs to be fixed, and this needs to be fixed, and this needs to be fixed. And it'll be stupid stuff or cosmetic stuff. I got really angry because in the beginning of our conversation, when we first signed up, she had no issues with the place. None. I mean, absolutely none. All of a sudden, she come in and she's late. 1, 2, this is the 3rd month she's late. When I say late, she will pay like half partial payments. Yes, I know. I learned the hard way. Don't ever take partial payments again. And this is the month that I'm putting my foot down. So she's gonna get a 5-day notice. But man, she's actually gonna get a 5-day notice tomorrow. But man, you know, I try to work with people. So anyways, when she first came in, she had no issues. I think I put it on a vlog. She had no issues. I took pictures of the place and everything. And I told her the 3 months, I did guarantee her a refrigerator and stove. It actually already had a refrigerator and stove, but I didn't like them, and I didn't think they were sufficient. Let me say that. So I, you know, put that in, and I put in some new cabinets. In a lot of ways, she was patient about that, which I agree. She had a functioning refrigerator and stove, but I was being picky about it. I didn't like it, so I told her I'd get her another one. That's the only thing I guaranteed to. And also, cabinets weren't able to be done before she came, so we put in upper cabinets after she came. I thought that was a little tacky, but she worked with me, right? So the partial rent was so much bigger than just me being passive. She worked with me, I worked with her. However, now I'm noticing there's a pattern, and I'm already on a bad pattern with my other tenant in terms of partial rent. Because what happens if tenants start to pay mid-month instead of first of the month, they can never catch up. If you think about it, they'll never be able to catch up because they've just paid you their middle of the month check. So how they gonna catch up? How they gonna catch up? That means they gotta pay rent twice in order to catch up. So it has to be nipped, and it's so much bigger than just, oh no, I'm not taking it then. Like, if we needed to change the first of the month, I'm so reasonable. I changed my first floor tenant's rent day. She said she wanted it the 16th or the 15th. I was like, okay, we did that. That didn't work. I think I did offer my second floor the same thing, because in my mind, you have no excuse. I've worked with you. Still didn't work. So I have my ways and reasons by which I want to be lax, that I'm very secure about, despite who has to get humbled about it. But because it's more spiritual, I didn't want one of those cutthroat landlords for me, and I didn't want to be one. So that's the thing. That's what we're dealing with. And sometimes you have to put your foot down and you have to say no. So I'm doing that, and I pray that this goes well. There's other things going on where she's literally completely violated the lease. Literally completely violated the lease, and we're not even 3 months in. Well, actually, the 3rd month would have been, no, we're not 3 months in, because December is 3rd month. So yeah, Yeah. So it's just bad habits, letting people live there that's not on the lease. And it'll be different if these people were hush. But these people are people that are jumping in my property manager's face, talking about this needs to be done, that needs to be done. A man, it's usually a man behind a woman in her ear telling her what to do, bossing her around, but he ain't paying the rent. He can't help her pay the rent. I'm saying in general, I'm not speaking in this situation. I don't know this situation, but there's always a man behind. And then he's also leaving the gate. I have a lock on my back gate for security reasons. And he's been leaving that unlocked. Not locking it back and leaving it unlocked. Now I think my lock is broke. And then as well, not paying the rent. And then as well, I have a no smoking policy on her lease, and she's smoking. She's trying to cover it up with incense, but I walked in one day and I smelled it, and then my son smelled them coming out the building with it. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the company, but I had a conversation with her that my first floor has highly asthmatic children. So I can't tell you what to do outside your apartment, but inside your apartment, I'm going to need you to regulate that and not smoke. As well as the fact that, think of how hard it is to get smoke up out the apartment. What the heck? So she's violated her release in three ways. Then there's interruptions going on with sometimes the kids. I'm going to say the kids for lack of better terms, because I know exactly who it is, are running through the house so loud that I can hear it. I'm on the 3rd floor. How can you hear it below you? That's how loud it is. So in speaking with my first floor tenant, she says she hears it too, and she just turns up her, I think she said heater or fan or something, she said. And I'm just like, you shouldn't have to do that. My God. So it's a situation, and I just pray it gets better. And then if it doesn't, that I stick to my guns and get that mess nipped in the bud, meaning get out. Like, you appear to be one way, and then not even 3 months in, you're changing on me. So that's what I'm dealing with, to be honest. And it's things going on at work, things going on with the building, and it's a lot. It can be overwhelming. That part, I'm not gonna lie, it can be overwhelming to have to deal with stress here, stress there, stress everywhere, and sometimes you just want to come home and just be done with stress. Home should be a place you come to that's like, okay, let me get peace in my Zen state. Let me be peaceful. Let me go home and remove the world. But I live with my tenants. I stay on one floor, they stay on the other floor. So, and that's going to be dealt with within the next year or so, because I'm going to work on getting me a house and getting out the building. I got to go, y'all. And I know it's perks with living in the building, but my God, my peace. And I'm not saying nobody's ever knocked on my door, thank God. I'm not saying nobody's ever, did anything. The years I've been there, my first floor tenant has never come upstairs. Thank God. She's never even rung my doorbell. Thank God. My second floor tenant has never come upstairs. Thank God. But it's just tough because in her case, she may have to come upstairs because she don't have a phone. We just communicate via email. So it gets a little tricky. I'm holding my phone, guys, so it won't fall. Anyways, I just want to be able to go home and not feel like I got to even look at the first or the second floor. Especially if I be upset with them. Like, it'll be hard to come home and I got to pass there. And you know what? I have a mentor, and I talk to her, but you know who I need to talk to? I need to humble out and talk to my old landlord. My old landlord was such an inspiration to me in some ways, in other ways not so much, but she has a heart like mine, and I don't know if she's ever, I'm pretty sure she's dealt with this before. I'm pretty sure, because she almost had the exact same setup as me. And I almost feel like I'm mimicking her landlord life. It's crazy. I talked to her a couple times, but I really just want to sit down and talk. And one day maybe I'll get her on the vlog and have her talking and just sit at her feet. But I really want to talk to her and see, man, how did you have, what was your mindset? Because it's tough. It's tough. Everybody be like, well, man, I wouldn't do this. And you don't know until you live in it, until you dealing with it. I never said, I'm going to be this kind of landlord. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be tough. I'm going to be hard. They not doing this. I never said that. What I did say is I wanted to make an impact, and I wanted to be different than some of the landlords I've experienced who were money hungry, who were lording over, or no, I don't think they ever were. Well, basically when I mean lording over, they were actually trying to bully you. And you know, until you lived it out and made a couple of mistakes, you can't really dictate how you're gonna be. And I knew that would be the case, right? Like my first floor tenant, she got me really good. She's like, she had some situations, and it called for compassion. And so that's what I gave her. Same thing, vice versa. When I first came in the building, even though I hit the ground running, you know, there were issues where she was patient, you know. She didn't move out right away. I wanted her to be there so that she can help pay, that her rent can help pay the mortgage. You know, I'm getting started. I don't really need the mortgage to be, you know, to have to pay 100% of the mortgage. So I opted to keep her there. But still, she could have easily been like, you know what? I'm finna go, because some people get scared when there's new ownership and management, new landlord comes in, because they think things are going to change. And fortunately for her, she liked how I came in. She liked that I was concerned. She said it was slightly different before, but we had our ups, we had our downs, but it worked. It still does. I pray for my tenants. I pray that financially they're able to be fit and financially free and sufficient so that they can budget their money properly, so that rent is not an issue. A lot of people have gotten away from rent's my priority. That's why I lay my head. I gotta pay rent. And then landlords have to, you know, be mindful. Man, Christmas time, you ain't getting rent on time. You ain't getting rent on time. Christmas time, probably even Thanksgiving time. So I am conscious of that. I promise. But listen, Jesus, I have to pay my mortgage. So if I have to pay my mortgage, you got to pay your rent. And, you know, give or take a month or two, I'll work with you. I'm just really looking for the perfect tenant. And I'm sure everybody has the same story. Every landlord has the same story, how they looking for the perfect tenant. But in my mind, the perfect tenant would be somebody that pays rent on time so much that holidays, birthdays, I'm giving out gift certificates. You feel me? Because you've done such a good job as being a landlord. You know what I mean? That's the kind of landlord I want to be. or I'm giving you, I don't know, maybe a rent free. You've been so consistent, or a half off month. You've been so consistent. I want people begging to get in my building. Especially before things change in terms of it being, an up and coming area that is going to up and come, and it's going to be a high commodity in a minute. So I don't know. Comment down below. I know everyone has an opinion. Everyone's going to have something to say. I already know. I just hope nobody be like, you dumb, you stupid. Because the thing about calling people dumb and stupid and crazy and, is the fact that you always get humbled to have to deal with something like that yourself. Almost automatically. I don't know. I guess that's how y'all say the universe. I say God. That's how God works. As quickly as you brag about something or talk crazy about something, as quick as it comes back to you, for you can understand a full out experience and humble yourself. People, I remember when I gained weight from steroids. I had to take steroids because I had severe allergic reactions. So the only thing they could prescribe me was prednisone, and I was on a Depo-Provera shot. Was on a Depo-Provera shot because I had endometriosis. So it wasn't like I had, you know what I mean? Like it was an option. It was like birth control is the only thing that regulates stage 4 endometriosis. So that's why I was on that. So you can't be like, oh, you got to get off that, right? I did get off that though. Birth control pills gave me blood clots. I almost died. So you see what I'm saying? You never know someone's story. So I blew up from prednisone and being on a Depo-Provera shot. And some of my quote unquote friends were like, you got big and you need to lose weight and you need to do this and you need to do that and all you got to do is this. And I mean snotty, just like I'm saying it. And some of them didn't hold back. It hurt my soul. And all I'm trying to do is stay healthy. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I'm trying to stay, survive pretty much. Because my allergic reactions was pretty severe. Swelling of the throat at times. It was pretty bad. And no one could understand. And this situation now, here today, and even several years ago, within the last 10 years, those same exact people who I would have never guessed are in fact bigger than me. Some of them times two. Bigger. Those same ones that was nasty with me in terms of you need to lose weight and that don't make no sense and da-da-da-da. Because I used to be bony. You can see my collarbone bony. My what you call this, chest bone, you can see that stuck out bony. I might insert a picture here, but anyway. And nobody understand. You don't know anyone's story. And so now they are twice as big. And guess why? Health reasons. So yeah, now they get it. And I brought it up, not to throw it in their face, but I was like, man, I remember you used to say this about me. Now, I mean, I hope you understand it's not like I just sat there and ate a bunch of burgers all day long. And they're like, yeah, now look at me now. And I wasn't trying to go there. Hey, man, I try to stay humble, but case in point, be careful who you judge and how you judge and what you say. Be careful. So I'm not worried about the comments. I'm praying that everybody is just smart enough to not to say any crazy to reap their own karma or reap what they sow. But comment down below in terms of your thoughts. But yeah, anyways, I got to get to my 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 rather. It's 8 to 5 these days, which really irritate me because back in the day it used to be 9 to 5 with free lunch. Now you got to pay for your lunch by an hour. So you got to come an extra hour. But hey man, when God blesses me financially to where I can just say deuces, it's gonna be a wrap. I also got to tell you guys, Thanksgiving was beautiful. I did what I have been trying to do for 5, 6, 7 years. I've been trying to do this. I gave to the poor on my own, not through a church, not through an organization, not prompted by someone forcing me, not coerced, none of that, not compelled. Well, compelled by God, but finally gave to the poor. I mean, I literally got in my little car. One of the times I took my nephew with me and I went under the viaducts, because now poor and homeless people are flocking underneath the viaducts. And it's sad. Chicago is vomiting its folly, its sin. It's coming out and it's evident. And some were downtown and they were literally like in public places, laid out on the ground. It was sad. So I was like, man, I'm just going to do it this year. I'm going to make a whole Thanksgiving spread and I'm going to take the plates to the homeless. And I did that. I was so happy. I did that. I did it. I did that. Yeah. But I did it. I did it to 2 different locations. I did one near my house and I did one in Chinatown, where there's people that be underneath the viaduct. And it's sad. They're intense. And the first group of people was like, just leave it outside the tent, you know. But thank God I see the people been dropping off food. Hallelujah. Thank you, God. Praise God. At both locations. So I put my plates there, and my son was there, my nephew was there, his daughter was there. You know, it's history. You know, it's perfect. It's beautiful. It's impacting. And I was so excited that my nephew was there and he decided to be a part of it. I asked him and I didn't know how he would feel, and he was. Shout out to Lil Ant. What's your name? Lychee. That's his little rap name. Anthony Hole. Anthony Hole Jr. Sorry, he's a junior. But shout out to him for going with me. So the first time he went with me, the second time he had to go to his dad's house and so forth. So the second time, just me and my son went, and they came in droves. It was so scary because I was like, I only got a few plates left. So, and they all came, and the right amount of people came for the right amount of plates. So I was nervous, and I felt so humbled. I was even nervous. I was like, man, what if I don't have enough food? What if they don't like it? What if this? What if that? What is that? Now, if my dressing was good, my sauteed spinach definitely was. So I hope they were grateful. But it's the thought that counts, man. I'm excited. Those are the ways I want to give. That's how I want to give. That's the fact that I want to give, and I think and hope God will bless that forever. I know he will, but I just, man, bless my heart, God. I just wanted to give. And so I decided I may do a little, a tradition. I may set forth a tradition to start doing at least once every few months. I want to definitely give out Christmas bags to the homeless with things like socks in it. And I know some people may be interested in knowing that I'm going to do that, and they may want to help me create care packets. But right now, here and now, I just want to do this for myself. I really do. I really do. Because I've been meaning to do this, and I'm behind a few years. But God is merciful. I feel like I did it. And I'm excited about that. And I've contributed to my community. And I did what a good landlord should do. But it wasn't inspired by that. You know, before I was a landlord, I've been wanting to do that. But I feel like that's part of the community. My son had his opinions. My child is very smart, very smart. And he felt like, is that enough? I said, for the here and now, short term, it is. It is until we find bigger ways. My son swears he wants me to be an alderman. He swears he wants me to be an alderman. I'm just like, Monty, for the sake of crookedness, I dare not join something that's toxic. But I'll let God lead me in there. I'll see where he's going with that. But it was weird that came up not even once. My friend brought it up. And it was like, whoa, where'd that come from? she was like, some sort of leadership in the community, like what, like a mayor. And I said, no, not mayor. She said, oh, Alderman. And it came out of nowhere. I was like, whoa. And I'm like, man, God, you know, let me know if that's the path you want me to go. But, you know, amen. Let's see how that goes. Anywho, let me get to work. It's 8:01. Let me go. All right, bye.